everyone, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. This is Catherine, and welcome to what is it called? What Remains of Edith Finch. Now, this isn't a new game, and full disclosure, I have played this game before, only a little bit though, because the last time I played it, it actually glitched out on me, and I wasn't able to continue on. So, yeah. So this isn't a new game, but it is. It's a story-driven narrative adventure game, explore point and click game, which explores the history of this family, hence the name what remains of Edith Finch. So you get to know the characters, how they not so much lived but how they died in a way. So it's a bit of a game that you I suppose the disclaimer might be a bit of caution because it does cover the subject of death a lot. So yeah, so anyway, we're going to go into it, and I have tested it, and hopefully the sound is a little bit more balanced this time. I have played around with the sound controls bits, so I'm just going to go jump into it and see what comes up. I probably won't be talking a lot because, like I said, there's a lot of narrative in it, so we'll just see what happens. Alright, so you get this little hint there, that little bookmark hint which tells you what you need to do, so just click and move the mouse.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning with the house.
Yeah, so you play as Edith at the moment, or it's assumed that you do, and the graphics are just magnificent. So use WASD to move around.
Someone had put up a chain link fence, but it looked like I wasn't the first person to hop it. My brother Milton disappeared when I was 4. It was like the house just swallowed him up.
So you get little hints and stuff along the way. I don't think there's a sprint. Oh, no, that's Zoom. Yeah, I don't think there's a sprint mechanic, so you just got to go around.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
So you get an understanding of what the narrative is trying to say, and also what you're meant to be doing as well, and the lives that you'll encounter.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
So most of the time we don't do anything. They're just, like I said, exploring the environment and seeing what it has to offer.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Let's go for a bit of a walk.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
Now, I can't remember. Like I said, it's been over a year since I looked at it, and I can't remember. I think I've sufficiently forgotten enough of it to be able to play with fresh eyes. But remember, it is an explorative game, so the aim is to. Okay, there's an invisible wall here, so we can't go that way.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
So, yeah, it's just a matter of looking around, taking in the awesome graphics. I mean, just even on the low-end computer.
The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent, as if they're about to say something but never do.
I forget whether this is the right part of the house or whether this is just the exploration. Okay, so I think we're going in the right direction. And we come to the house. Oh no, that's just a carport, I think. Or garage. This is the house.
The house was exactly like I remembered it. the way I'd been dreaming about it.
Looks like it's got a bit of a thing. Treehouse up there. Okay, so first thing.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
Well, we're about to find out why. Looks like nobody's been here for a long time.
Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Okay. So.
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't.
No. Okay.
Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
Nice. You often wonder though, don't you, that whether houses hold memories of the people who actually lived in them. Like the old saying, if these walls could talk, what would they say? What lives lived in this place? Can't remember. Do we go through there? Ah, no, that's right. So it looks like a hose reel. Man, the graphics. I've forgotten how good the graphics are. I mean, look at that. Seriously. Alright, so I think we go through here. We go through the doggy door. Okay,
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
I'll bet it did. So we're in the garage now. So we'll just...
The power had been turned off the night we left.
Okay, fair enough. There's a bicycle, got a car, some lawn gardening tools, nothing much there. Old kiddie pool. Remember those old kiddie pools, those wading pools that you used to get? Was it just me? I don't know. I used to enjoy them. You used to have sand in it. It made it look like we were at the beach.
For the first time in years.
Yeah. 2010, so that's 8 years ago. First time in years, yeah.
I felt like I was home.
Oh. Everything's still there. So, anyway, yeah, so this is basically exploring the house, getting to know...
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
It's just getting to know the people who used to live here. And Edie Dawn Lewis, who gets in loving memory of Lewis Finch. December 27, 1988, November 21st, 2010. Beloved brother to Edith, son of Dawn, great-grandson to Edie. Memorial service, Finch Family Cemetery, 2141 Freewood Road. Yeah, so you remember that these people, a lot of these people passed very young, so it might be a bit confronting, but
like how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon, except our cat, Molly.
Yeah, because cats love salmon, don't they? Or maybe they do. I don't know. I've never had a cat before.
Or how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot.
I do like Chinese. Chinese is a good dish. Good food. Sauce. I don't know.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
Okay, so we're just going to explore a little bit, just to see what else we can find.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left.
Doesn't look like a wreck. Oh, okay, maybe.
It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
And you're still alive.
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
Okay, you can zoom in using the shift key. Is that an iPod dock? I put it. It looks like it. Looks very similar to my digital radio that I have. And it gives me a feeling of being at my nan's house. It's not as busy as this, but it sort of gives me that feeling. I don't know. What's that? Barbara.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
Looks nice. Barbara Finch. Dancer, I think. I don't think we can do anything with that yet.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
Okay. So, let's go off exploring. And you'll find all these doors everywhere.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Now I can't go out the door. Each of these sort of has a reference to... okay, so we can't look through there. Reference to a person, and the only other place we can go is upstairs. So let's
After
go
Milton
upstairs.
disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Good for Edie. Alright, so where should we start? Let's have a look
I
in-
spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up. Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Huh. By Jules Verne, I think.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets.
I'll bet she was. Okay. And down? Oh.
Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Alright, let's go. There we go. Nice drawing. It's amazing how you could just...
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
It's amazing how you can just look at a room.
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan.
Well, did you?
But I had no idea what was behind that door.
Nice. Nice bedroom.
Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
Ah, okay. So this is the first time you come across one of the family members.
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
And this is...
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
And you just gotta follow the prompts. Gerbil food. How desperate.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
How desperate would you have to be?
Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
Adopted maybe?
My Halloween candy was all gone.
Mm. So this is a young kid.
I kept eating and eating.
Ice cream. Ice cream? What the hell? Toothpaste. Why did it say ice cream?
I ate a lot of things that night.
There's holly. Holly berries, they're poisonous. They're very poisonous, holly berries. From what I understand, I mean...
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest.
Hello, swallow.
I reached out for her.
Aw.
And suddenly, I was a cat.
You can probably guess what's actually happened. But we're in the imagination of a child, so jump. Can't remember how to jump. No, let's just. Can't remember what to do. Wait, how do you jump? Ah, okay. Pressing space, jump.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
So I've kind of forgotten what to do. Okay. Okay, here we go. Frisbee. Jump anyway. Right back here.
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
Wow.
I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree.
You are.
I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
Okay, so we got here. Yep, and here.
I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
So we're gonna find those little teeth.
Rabbits. I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
Like? What did you find?
A mama rabbit. She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating.
See it.
And suddenly, I was a shark.
think you can probably guess what's happening.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
Okay, so we're gonna follow the food. Follow.
I wanted fat, juicy seals.
Do we eat it?
I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
I'll bet it did. Alright. Okay. That's the same one.
I grabbed on tight. But I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
And now, get this. Okay. Kind of recognize this song. Oh, that's right.
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
So now you're gonna go after the people.
I was big, but I moved real quiet.
Not really. Sounds like the song from Mikado. No, not Mikado.
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Drunken sailor, what shall we do with a drunken sailor? Right in the morning. His belly with a rusty razor, shave his belly with a rusty razor, shave his belly with a rusty razor. Right in the morning. What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? Right.
It's up
Put him in bed with the captain's daughter. Put him in bed with the captain's daughter. Put him in bed with the captain's daughter.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
Whoa.
I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Yeah, see, like I said, it's quite... See, we're back in the bathroom now. Okay, so... There's the door, there's the door.
I got closer and closer.
So this is Molly, where I'm looking, yeah.
All my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
Yeah. I think what happened with Molly is that she was poisoned by the berries. because I think holly berries are actually poisonous. And
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
yeah. All right. Well, that's the first one of the first story that I did. So yeah. Join
I
me
got
next
the sense
time.
Edie had spent a lot of time here before my mom sealed the doors.
She was only 10. All right. So yeah, that's the first story. I hope it was yeah. It's when you think about what actually happened to her, it's kind of quite depressing a little bit. But unfortunately, that's the game. So I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop it here, and we'll join the next video with the next story. All right. Bye.